I'm going to go fossicking at the Winburndale Rivulet on Wednesday. All things being equal, we're getting a bit of rain out of the blue, which we haven't had for a long time, so that might freshen the creeks up a little bit, but it's not going to be enough to deposit any fresh gold. So really, after a long period of drought, I'm probably looking at areas that have been scratched through pretty thoroughly, but you know, I'm new to it and I'm keen, and it's an opportunity, so I'm going to get out there. Got a fairly long drive ahead of me. I'm on the M4 motorway out of Sydney. It's almost 5 o'clock. It's about 5 degrees, and I'm just pretty much the only car on the road heading this way. A lot more traffic going the other way. There's people trying to beat the rush hour into the city. Well, I made it. I'm at the bridge of where the bridle track crosses the Winburndale Rivulet, and it's 7:30. Just gone 7:30. It's about 2 degrees. There's no ice on the river or anything like that, which is good. Hands are going to be very, very cold, I think. Very impressed with the amount of quartz outcroppings that you encounter along the way. They're just everywhere, and some massive ones as well. Sorry about the drippy nose, but some massive quartz outcroppings. Yeah, it's working country. There's farms all along the way. Very, very rocky country. I've seen a lot of sheep, and yeah, it's really mountain goat country in many ways. But I hook myself up with the camera. I'll get the microphone going, etc., etc. And the plan today is to get geared up, grab all my stuff, walk an hour upstream. So about 8:30, I suppose, 9 o'clock, I'll stop, and then start slowly picking my way back and sort of picking the best crevices, etc. That's all I'm doing today, is crevicing. I really didn't bring too much gear. I just wanted to keep the weight down. I'm going to have to carry everything on my back, so I've got a camera equipment and a kit bag and a bucket with some stuff that I'll need. So I'm very optimistic, very excited to be here. Wasn't really sure I was going in the right direction, but here I am. So Winburndale Rivulet. I assume my microphone's working. I just dug out a pretty deep hole on the inside bend. Some bedrock here is a natural sort of channel for when the river's in flood, and it had quite a lot of sand, but you know, and some pebbles too, but probably not as much packed gravel as I was hoping. But river worn stuff and some quartz amongst it too. So I just did a third of a pan of sand and gravel, classified that very quickly, and I got a couple of specks. So pretty happy about that. My first pan to be able to get a result means I'm on the right spot. I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time because I'm probably half an hour away from my location, but there's some real good channels I'll show you a little bit further up. They look just very, very inviting, and I imagine they've been picked clean, but definitely worth a photo. I'll try and get some still photos as I go along, because I don't know how well this microphone's working or anything like that, and it's my first attempt at making a video. So again, and I've got the wrong lens to be able to show you, so I'll take some snaps of, I'll take a still photo of each pan as I go, so you can see what I've got. But one tiny speck and one not so tiny speck, but definitely not a picker, and some black sand, so that's a good sign. So definitely black sand here. I'll keep working this area for probably another 10-15 minutes, then I'll move on. Most important thing of all, snuffer bottle. Slurp, got them both. Okay. A lot of gravel in this, a lot of sand, a bit of a hole. No, I probably shouldn't be washing down the grass stalks as well. Get out my mouth. A little bit of a hole here. Some river pebbles. Might be worth it, who knows? my first pan, I was hoping for more, but you always hope for more, don't you? That rock's going to come out. It's pretty clean. There's a couple of specks. This looks like a very likely location that I was digging. Is a really deep hole. But I'm not actually confident that I got to the bottom of it. Plenty of quartz, plenty of the right coloured quartz too. Plenty of quartz with that orangey tinge, which apparently you look out for. A lot of very smooth stones trapped in there. As you can see, it's about half a pan. Just going to go wash that. Well, I reckon I've done enough damage here. That was pan number 2, empty. Pan number 3 actually. The first pan had a couple of specks. Second 2 pans had nothing at all. So I'm just going to move on. And I guess this is what Adventure Gold was referring to when he spoke. I guess this is what Adventure Gold was referring to when he was talking about those riffles. I'll try and jump over without falling in again. Oops, almost did fall in. I hate walking in gumboots, but you can see very clearly, can't you, the channels that the water's cut into the rock, and almost without exception they're all boiled out, all very clean. And I would say that the ones that aren't clean, they look like they've got a bit of gravel in them, would have been dug out. Here's some evidence of somebody digging one out. But it's very impressive, isn't it? You'd be naturally attracted to this sort of location. You spend a whole day just digging out all the little pockets and crevices and holes. It'd still be gold here, but I don't know how much. So I've picked this spot because it's sort of just past the beginning of a very, very wide bend on the inside bank, and there's a fairly clear line of larger gravel collecting through here. And this is the first natural obstacle to the river when it comes around that bend, so the water will be rolling heavier chunks of gold, I imagine, I'm hoping. And then the first point of relief they get is when they drop off the back here, and there's some fairly large gravel here already, which I'm going to dig out. It doesn't look disturbed, so I don't think anybody's been to it for a long time. So, and the river's right there. I'm just going to dig this out completely, see what I get. So I'm just going to dig the larger of these rocks out of the way. That one's a big one. Yes, plenty of gravel back here. You can see that rock moving. Strange enough, this rock isn't really moving. So anyway, I'll start digging. Plenty of material here to work with. Some nice dark red coloured stones too, which is oxidisation. It's good gravel actually. Good gravel, some very nice pieces of quartz in there too. I'm going to have to spend some time here. I'll get back. I'm going to have to spend some time here. I'll get. Hopefully this microphone's still working. I spent some time undermining that boulder, and I got increasingly good, but I kept looking over here at this, and I know that it's probably been worked pretty hard. Oh, it's on the wrong side of the bend. They're all been boiled out. All been dug out, I think. I reckon these have all been dug out. Maybe. I was going to say they're on the wrong side of the river, but I might just do one, just for my own satisfaction, and just to do something different. This one is probably worth digging out. That one has been already dug out. It's on the wrong side, but I'm thinking that the water will hit this. I don't think that tumbling over here with either, if depending on the current, it may be strong enough to go over the top. It may not. And there's a couple of little channels feeding into here. There's quite a lot of gravel in here, so I'm just going to dig it out, see what I find. It shouldn't be working more than a minute or two. Actually, my last trip with Lachlan, my most successful pan of gold, single pan of gold, was in a spot just like this, where the water hits it hard and just drops everything at its feet. That's quite a deep hole. Very deep hole. Not really sure where it goes. Packed gravel at the bottom of it. I'd be within metres of a nugget, I'm sure, somewhere along the lines here. Just scrape it back so it doesn't keep falling into my hole. Just a matter of finding the little fucker, I suppose. Did I just swear? Yeah, I probably did. I'll probably have to edit that out. Round bits, rough bits. Wow, this is quite an impressive hole. Quite an impressive hole. I reckon this is an old boil hole. I'm going to have to find a tool for this. Yeah, it is, it's an old boil hole. Had a good plug of hard gravel on it. My trowel is almost too big to get in there. I'll have to resort to fingertips. Almost too small for my hands even. I'm not even at the bottom of this, I'm going to have to get to the bottom of it. So we've got bedrock, that's half comfortable. So we've got bedrock running this way across the creek, and sort of 2 metres that way. It goes from river smooth stone to rough rock. So obviously the height of the water doesn't go much beyond this, but there's a few boil holes, and there's behind me, if you can see it, there's a natural sort of gutter and a deep sort of crack running through this way. So imagine once the water hits here and drops over, there's plenty of opportunities for things to get deposited in that crack. So that's what I'm going to be digging out. It's a really pretty spot actually. I might stop here for lunch. It's got an 11:37. I've had a couple of tumbles today, which is par for the course. Really enjoyed myself. I had a hole back there where I thought it would be really productive. It was really deep, and at the bottom it turned into that blue clay when slaty bedrock disintegrates, rots. And I shone a torch down into it, and I saw flashes of gold, and I thought there's definitely going to be something in this pan of mine, but I couldn't get to the bottom of it, and I couldn't scoop it out. It was too narrow. So I think I left the gold behind, but with the right tools, if I could somehow pump that out, that could actually be really worthwhile. But I'm disappointed not to get even a speck out of that. I got a couple of little flakes from under that rock, but so far no nuggets. I shall persevere. Well, I got here about, I don't know, 7:30. That's now 1:30. Except for a short break to have a sandwich, I've pretty much been going all day, so I'm tired. It's probably 3 hours to get home, so that'll get me home about 4:30. Not a lot of gold, but a fantastic location. Just almost too many places to pick. I'll definitely be coming home. I'll come here again for sure. Yeah, I've got too much gear. I think I need to rationalise it, especially I'm going to be bringing camera gear. I didn't use most of the stuff in that bucket, so there's no point bringing it if I don't use it, so I'll make it very, very simple and just have one tool to scratch everything out with, and my trowel I used all the time, and the scraper and the brush. I don't think I need much more than that. The pry bar was good for getting out gemstones. The beautiful river. I'm a little bit concerned about the quality of it though. Lots of cows and cow manure in the water, and you wouldn't want to drink from it. But I like it. The Winburndale, fantastic. There's so much more to explore. I think it's the sort of thing that you need to be able to camp, perhaps park and camp further upstream and stay overnight somewhere. Maybe something for the future. Alright, better go. Don't know if there's enough material here for a video, but I'll have a crack. I'll take a photo at home after I've cleaned it up of what I got. There's only a few dots. Magnificent country though. Ow, fuck. Prickly, nasty country as well. Alright, see you back at the ranch.